here, a 100 sub special celebrating my first 100 subs I've ever gotten here on YouTube. So I kind of want to do like a theme team similar to what some other people do. So in this case, I was trying to use as many Pokemon as possible that had base 100, which there's like 6 in total, but due to Sword and Shield, there's only 4 available, which are Mew, Jirachi, Celebi, and Victini. So here we're starting off with the Mew. I have a max HP, max speed Mew, so I could set up Stealth Rocks, Taunt, and Toxic Spikes. Unfortunately, we're going against a Xurkitree, which Xurkitree is incredibly fast, so Mew has no hope of outspeeding it. I also ran a Focus Sash just in case. So here we're just setting up Stealth Rocks and Toxic Spikes to break off any potential, Focus Sashes that they may have. And he's just using Dazzling Beam, I don't know why. Luckily we survived with quite a few HP, so we stay at 9 HP, so I was able to set up everything quite fine, and we're gonna die here now to the Xurkitree, so that's cool. That's a shiny hacked one, as you can tell, which is pretty funny, but I mean, I have a few of those Pokemon as well, so, because these are websites they could just kind of like buy them off of. So next off we're gonna go to our Celebi. I have a Choice Scarf Celebi that's max special attack, max speed with Psychic, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and Dazzling Gleam. Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, and Energy Ball. I forgot if I mentioned those. So now I was trying to decide if I want to do Psychic or Energy Ball. I decided to go with Psychic just because I feel like it would just be a little bit better, but I forgot that in the back they had Tyranitar, so if they had switched to the Tyranitar, Psychic was going to be useless. Thankfully they didn't do that, they just stuck around and continued spamming Dazzling Gleam. Thanks to Choice Scarf, we were able to outspeed it and beat the Xurkitree. So next up we're waiting for him. This person took quite their time deciding which Pokemon they want to choose, so I'm a very quick person. I usually like to make my moves pretty fast in my opinion, but I know some people like to take their time. I'm just kind of I like to rush things, so sometimes that's bad, sometimes that's good, but we'll see. So he's bringing out the Sylveon. I'm like, okay, Sylveon, I probably want to switch to my Jirachi, thinking it's probably going to use like a fairy move on me, right? Because it's Sylveon, it's going to use a fairy move. So I'm like, okay, let's switch to my Choice Band, Jirachi. It's max attack, max speed with Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Play Rough. The Sylveon goes for Mystical Fire, and I was like, that's not cool. So it did about half my HP, a little less than half. Luckily, it doesn't KO us, and it only drops the special attack and not the attack stat. So I'm like, oh, alright. So we're just gonna go ahead with Iron Pen and just kill it off right here. So pretty easy, right? This Jirachi is a shiny one. I got this from an event. I forgot how long ago the event was, but there was an event that they were just giving away shiny Jirachi, and I was like, alright, cool, I'll take a shiny Jirachi. So we're just waiting. I also have an event Victini that has Fusion Oath and Fusion Flare, which I'm like, these have to be hacked, and no, it turns out that's from an event as well. So next they got an Urshifu, which is another kind of hacked one. Has a Lumberry, so I was like, alright, got rid of the poison, shouldn't matter too much. So I'm hoping with the Serene Grace, we Iron Head and flinch it. We don't get the flinch, so I'm like, great, that kind of sucks. So it goes for the Wicked Blow. That hurts us quite a bit, or rather, just kills us. What am I talking about? So down goes Jirachi, that's my second Pokemon down, so I'm thinking, okay, we'll use Celebi probably. I was like, who do I use? Celebi. Celebi will outspeed it definitely. Well, all my Pokemon should outspeed. So, especially with the Choice Scarf Celebi, so I'm like, alright, we'll just kill it off with Dazzling Gleam. Turns out, that's not what's gonna happen. It has Sucker Punch, so I was like, oh, that's not great. So down goes Celebi. So the other two Pokemon I had to use, I decided to bring Zygarde and Suicune because they're two Pokemon I was always interested in kind of using in some way in one of my teams or something. I chose Zygarde because he has a base 100 attack, so again 100 subs, so makes sense to me at least. I mean, and then Suicune has a base 100 HP, so that's why I brought Suicune along. So this Zygarde is max attack, max speed with the power construct, so he can transform when he drops below 50% HP. We got 1000 arrows, which hits flying types, even though it's a ground move. We have Dragon Dance, which we like to set up if we somehow don't die. Like here, Wicked Blow does way more than half of our health. We have Outrage and we have Iron Tail to deal with any fairies or ice types that we may encounter. So we set up the Dragon Dance, so now our Power Construct is going to activate, giving us Zygarde Complete Form. Let me say, Zygarde Complete Form is probably one of my favorite Pokemon, especially the Shiny. I think it looks really cool. Unfortunately, it's a lot smaller than I expected. I know a lot of people complain about the whole, oh, look at Wailord, it's so tiny, and it's like, yeah, but, you know, there's only so much you could do with some graphics, kind of. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed with Zygarde Complete, especially when he Dynamaxed it. Like, even when he's Dynamaxed, he looks small. Like, right now he looks pretty big, of course, because he's Dynamaxed, but wait until later on when he Dynamaxes a Pokemon. So thanks to the... Well, no, actually, never mind. He's going to Sucker Punch us, so... and it gets another crit. I'm like, dude, this guy critted with a Sucker Punch. I understand Wicked Blow's a guaranteed crit, but it's like, even Sucker Punch... So we're going to take him down with the max Worm Wind, so that's taking care of us. So the Suicune I ran was a max HP, max special attack. It had Scald for burn chances if I couldn't get the Toxic off. Tailwind just increased my team's speed for 5 turns randomly. Snarl to reduce enemy special attack. And I also had Ice Beam for coverage. So now we're going to see his Hatterene, another shiny Pokemon he's got. This shiny Zygarde was from an event that they had. I think I have 1 or 2 of them. I don't quite remember right now. But thankfully, since we have Iron Tail, we can go for the max Steel Spike. This one is running a Life Orb also. I forgot if I mentioned that. So max attack, Life Orb, and a Dragon Dance. We're going to be doing a lot of damage. So I'm thinking, darn, Hatterene's probably going to be an issue because it's a pretty tanky Pokemon. The only problem is it has like no HP stat, but it does have decently high defense and special defense. So we're going to go ahead with the max. But yeah, you can see the size comparison. Hatterene looks a lot taller compared to Zygarde, but thankfully our max Steel Spike one-shots the Hatterene, so he completely wasted his Dynamax turn. So I was like, alright, cool, we don't have to worry about his Dynamax anymore. And then next up, I don't remember what his next Pokemon was. And then the Victini I had was half attack, half special attack, and max speed. And then I just kept like all of his signature moves because I left it with V-Create, which I think is an awful move. Oh, that's right, he has a Kartana. Also shiny. But yeah, and so we're just going to use the max Quake on it and hope it takes it out. I'm pretty sure the Kartana was going to outspeed me because Kartana is pretty fast, but no, ends up that I'm faster than him. I guess it has to be thanks to that Dragon Dance, so we're going to take it out. Hero as well. Dragon Dance is a really good move. I'm glad Zygarde has access to it. But yeah, so now, so Victini has like V-Create, which I don't like because it reduces your own speed, which I'm like, why? We have Serene Shot, which is pretty nice because it has a 30% chance of burn. And some other moves. Oh, and the Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare. So out brings his Tyranitar. I'm like, okay. Tyranitar is pretty easy. We have 1000 Arrow and we have Outrage. I'm pretty sure I'll one-shot it regardless, whichever move I use. And that was about it for this team. I didn't really get to experiment with it too much. And then, so here, I'm just going to choose 1000 Arrow just to finish it off. And the battle's cancelled. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.